Well, ladies and gentlemen, Amber Heard just literally cannot help herself. She's now moved to get the court verdict, tossed out, overruled, citing a whole bunch of nonsense. We didn't... I don't know if we sort of foresaw this coming. I don't think this is a move that a lot of people expected, but also are not surprised by. Let's put it that way. I didn't think she would attack the integrity of the court quite as much as she has done, but it's fascinating to watch it unfold nonetheless. So let's take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back on Twitter. Alright, I'm back on Twitter. Please do follow me over there at Mr. H Reviews. I was banned because I responded to people. That's how that works. But my mind's been opened. I now know who the movie Slob is. And yeah, I wish I never knew. But anyway, you didn't come to hear this. Let's take a look at Amber Turd and the nonsense that she's doing, because it's fascinating. It's genuinely fascinating. Amber Heard wants to toss verdicts out or order a new trial in the Johnny Depp case, citing issues with the award and the jury. So attacking the integrity of the jury once more, but also just overall, the court. These are not small allegations, like pretty big claims to be had here. And I just think I genuinely think it's not, it's not shocking, but it should be. Because this sort of behaviour is not one which we should accept in society. The fact that she did all of these things in the first place anyway, definitely shouldn't be accepting that in society. And then not only that, just the nonsense which came after it in the trial, during the trial, very clearly looking at social media on the week's break. So many things. And that's what I think is interesting about this, is that no one pulled her up on that. No one pulled her up on the very clear, very, very clear, break of, I'm presuming, the law in that week break. She was giving testimony, they broke for a week, and then she was told, you don't look at anything, because she's still under oath. And then she did. Comes back, changes her testimony entirely. And, her doing this, I think, calls more light to those actions. But Amber Heard is seeking to appeal or throw out the June verdict in the high-profile defamation lawsuit. So, a lengthy filing occurred on Friday, and the Aquaman actress's legal team argued the ruling had a number of issues, including poor legal reasoning, an improperly vetted jury, interesting, and excessively awarded damages. Excessively awarded damages. Bitch, you're counter-suing for $100 million! Oh God! How? How? Oh, it hurts. How on earth do you think it is excessively awarded when you are counter-suing for $100 million? You buffoon. Oh God, that's tickled me so much. Last month, the 7-person civil jury ruled largely in favour of Mr. Depp, finding that Miss Heard had defamed him in a 2018 op-ed in the Washington Post, right? Excessively awarded. You did $100 million countersuit, you dipshit. Oh, wow. Oh, it's so funny. And she wasn't awarded that much, right? It was $10 million in damages and then $5 million in punitive, downgraded to the state limit of $350,000. It's nowhere near the $50 million he wanted. I'd say they were being pretty tame. Wow. And Ms. Heard was awarded $2 million of her $100 million countersuit defamation. So like, where'd you draw the line? Where's the reasoning? But anyway, in the Friday court documents, Ms. Heard's attorney Elaine Brederhoff said that the case rests on flawed legal logic, arguing Mr. Depp's claims proceeded solely on a defamation by implication theory, abandoning any claims that Ms. Heard's statements were actually false. Ms. Brederhoft also argued that Mr. Depp's legal team said it would focus on the period after the op-ed came out, but instead widened it to encompass events and statements from back in 2016. I mean, weren't you doing that as well? Didn't you start bringing that out in court? You know, oh, Ms. Mars, okay, Mars. The motion calls for a new trial, a new verdict, or a dismissal of Mr. Depp's complaint altogether. In it, Ms. Heard also claims there were problems with the jury's credibility. The filing points to Juror 15 as proof, arguing that there appears to be a 25-year discrepancy between their birthday on court records and in publicly available information, raising questions about the thoroughness of the vetting process. Really? Ben Chu, who leads Depp's legal team, told Courthouse News the appeal was what we expected, just longer, no more substantive. So I guess this is the appeal that they're looking to do, but via the mechanism of it, it's just nonsense anyway. So in the course of the trial, which lasted from April to June, the dispute between the two actors became something much larger than a narrow defamation proceeding. And, you know, obviously, loads of people always cite, oh, you know, YouTubers made money off of it and YouTubers made videos on it. Yeah, doing proper reporting. Because if you were to believe these kind of idiots here doing these, not necessarily this website, I don't know the credibility of it, but by and large, most mainstream media sources were doing awful reporting on the trial. Awful reporting. If you weren't watching it live and you were just getting your information from these kind of news sources, you would have been led to believe that she was just knocking out of the park. She was America's sweetheart. So there you have it. She's trying to get it all overturned, tossed out, appealed, properly done. This is the appeal process now begun. I guess, maybe, but not. It's not the same anyway, because she would have had to have posted the bond, which I don't think she's done. So I don't think this is, strictly speaking, the appeal. I think this is something else. I could be wrong. Like, more legally litigiously minded individuals will be able to tell me. But I don't think she's got the kind of money to be able to post for the actual appeal. So I think this is something separate. You know, calling for a retrial and things like that. But let me know what you think. Insanity. Also, ladies and gentlemen, consider checking out my Teespring store. Supporting the channel via this way does go a long way. But also, not only that, you do get to wear some awesome merch. These are one-of-a-kind designs designed for me by my graphic designer. We, of course, have our Clown World line, which is in mugs, hoodies, t-shirts. We've got Space Jeebus. And then for something a little bit different, we, of course, have right down at the bottom right here, we have our Pulsar GTIR. Also, ladies and gentlemen, consider checking out and supporting my second channel, which is Car Nonsense. This is a vlog and car channel. You can find links to this in the description box along with my Teespring. Please do consider supporting.